Hello everyone, I'm Gareth Davies, Chair of the BCCT. I'm delighted to be joined by Nattinee Netraumpai, first-time Board Director and Head of Corporate Affairs at Unilever Thailand. With a remarkable career spanning government relations, sustainability and corporate affairs, Nattinee brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. Since joining Unilever Thailand in 2019, Nattinee has led transformative initiatives including sustainability partnerships, EPR advancements and government advocacy, earning recognition for her achievements. Her background as a diplomat and trade negotiator further underscores her deep expertise in fostering investment and trade opportunities for Thailand. Happy to have you here. And could you tell us a little bit about your journey at Unilever Thailand and your current role as Head of Corporate Affairs?
Definitely. So the analogy to my journey at Unilever would be like a roller coaster. So I've joined Unilever back in 2019 where there wasn't any COVID, and then suddenly COVID hits and we're back to working from home. So that's the first in a lifetime where someone works from home, having to balance both, personal life while working at the same time in an environment that's your home. But more importantly, out of all of this is how we cope with resilience. So Unilever, for me, has started from the Unilever Sustainability Living Plan back in 2000, where they've launched this in 2010. And then we've evolved into being Unilever Campus, where we focus on all the sustainability pillars with 70 sustainability actions. And then now we're back to the refocus sustainability priorities, prioritizing focus-led, and then fewer, bigger, where there's more impact. So for me, Unilever Thailand and my role as corporate affairs play quite an important role here. As you can see that Unilever alone cannot achieve any of our commitment or target, especially when it comes to sustainability, without the external stakeholder collaborations. So the government of Thailand or the private sector plays a really important role where we want to land like our goals, for example, like plastic reduction in Thailand. So everyone needs to be on the same boat together with Unilever in order to achieve a plastic reduction where Thailand becomes waste-free.
Okay. So plastic reduction in Thailand, obviously one of the key initiatives in, increasing sustainability, reducing waste. What other initiatives are there in Thailand, and what challenges do you and Unilever see?
So definitely it's regarding the economic recovery, which is really crucial for the Thai government at the moment. And Unilever being one of the consumer products where we provide essential goods to Thai people. So Thai people uses a Unilever product 3 times a day. So our brands, for example, you may have them in your home.
Probably
Sunlight,
do, yeah.
Sunsilk, also Breeze and Comfort.
Okay,
Those are the 4 favorite brands that Thai people uses in their home. And in order to help with economic recovery, it's very important that we maintain a price attractiveness for the Thai consumer in terms of affordability. So the Thai government is already imposing price controls for essential goods. So almost all of Unilever products is under price control.
Yeah.
But how do you get the price control right so that you don't hinder R&D, there's room for investment and innovation, science and technology. All of that is an on cost to business, and it needs to be reflected also in the price so that business can survive. So there needs to be a balance between issuing an attractive, affordable price for the Thai consumers, as well as stability for the business so that we can survive the resilience during this economic turmoil.
So given that we are both on the board of the British Chamber of Commerce and Unilever is a British company, how much R&D gets done in Thailand?
Well, I would say 100%. So we have an R&D center in our factory in Minburi, and that's the heart of the Southeast Asia R&D innovation hub. So the science and the innovations for our home care product. So we are now entering a phase where we're reformulating our home care products. so that it's more eco-friendly. It doesn't contaminate the sewage, the water when you use it. So for example, Sunlight, dish detergent.
Yep.
So we're using bioenzymes so that it's biodegradable when you wash your dishes, but the efficiency and the cleanliness is still the same. So the same quality, but more harmonized with the environment and more friendlier to the planet. So that innovation is being done in our very own in-house R&D in Thailand. And that kind of technology and the know-how is developed here in Thailand. Other than that, for our hair and our beauty and personal care products is also being developed in Thailand as well. And it's following the same path where we want to use natural ingredients that it's biodegradable and doesn't harm the planet.
So you've joined the board for about a year now, early 2024. What encouraged you to join the board, and how did you envision contributing to our mission?
Yeah, sure. So my motivation to join the board was actually from my former CEO, Anna-Marie who asked me, would you like to panel the board of director at BCCT?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a good role for Unilever to contribute some of our initiative on sustainability.
Sure.
And because I have the passion in that area, I believe my work and my past experience can, greatly help the BCCT Board of Director and grown the expertise in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You've also just, with Kenny from Prudential, rejuvenated the Sustainability Working Group. What motivated you to kick off the Sustainability Group again?
Yeah, so it's actually from my personal passion in sustainability, but it's grown from my presence at Unilever. So at Unilever, well, not just Thailand, everywhere in Unilever, sustainability is at the heart of the company. And especially when you know that you're one of the contributor or you can make a difference with your supply chain, because just Unilever Thailand alone, we work with 5,000 suppliers.
Wow.
And if we're able to control the scope 3 or the scope 1, scope 2, in which our suppliers is emitting GHG emission, then we're able to get to net zero much faster than we think.
Yep.
So for Unilever, we've pledged to become net zero by 2039, which is 10 years earlier than the Paris Agreement, which pledged 2050. So you can see that we're taking on this journey since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So we're way ahead on our journey towards net zero. We've already become zero waste to landfill in our factories. So we have 2 factories in Thailand, one in Minburi and one in Chachoengsao Gateway.
Okay.
The factory in Minburi produces the home care and the beauty and personal care products. And the factory in Gateway produces the nutrition, so Knorr, Unilever Food Solution products, and Best Food. So those 2 factories are on their journey towards net zero, investing in renewable energy and everything. So because my work evolves around this kind of knowledge, so I've grown the passion on sustainability, which I believe with Unilever know-how, because we have the Climate Transition Action Plan, which we are happy to share in public space, how we're able to craft our journey towards net zero. So with this knowledge, that's why I believe that I can contribute to the Sustainability Working Group, sharing Unilever's know-how as well as my own passion towards the group as well.
Okay, sounds good. How does your past experience in trade and promotion shape your approach to fostering partnerships with Unilever and BCCT?
Yeah, so let's just start with my past experience first,
Sure.
where I was a government official for 15 years at the Thailand Board of Investment. So that really contributed my role as government affairs at Unilever, being the connector between the private sector and the 12th ministry in Thailand. So I'm very familiar with the BOI, obviously, because I spent half my life there.
Yep.
And then the Ministry of Commerce, who's my counterpart at the BOI. When I worked there, we often travel for free trade agreements together.
Sure.
And then we worked on several projects with the Ministry of Commerce. So my connections, my knowledge of investment and trade contributed to my work at Unilever, and I bring here to the BCCT the same path, and expertise.
So we should maybe be getting you involved in advocacy working group to help with the ETP as well.
Yes.
That sounds
yes.
good. What upcoming events or projects are going on at Unilever Thailand that you'd like to highlight for the British community?
So definitely on the plastic collection and processing. So we're working with several aggregators to collect back plastic packaging in equivalence to our plastic footprint. So whatever plastic packaging in terms of volume we put out in the market, we're collecting all of them back 100% and turning them into recycled plastic packaging in whatever form, or renewable energy, what we call RDF. So it's actually some plastic are hard to recycle or they are non-recyclable at all. So we're turning that into waste to energy.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of burning it and then, contaminating the environment with the GHG emission,
Sure.
we're actually putting it into use. And that's one of the proud journey led by my team that I'm proud to share.
Okay.
And then the other initiative is that we're behind the negotiation of the UN Plastic Treaty, which is one of the biggest plastic treaty that's the first in the world. So with this, it will set up like a mandatory extended producer's responsibility, which means brand owners will be responsible or required to collect back their own packaging with their brands on it. So this will be required by law, because if it's voluntary, then no one will collect that plastic packaging. But if it's required by law, then everyone will act upon it. Like I said before, no one company can act on this alone. So it needs to be a collective action by several companies to make it happen. So if Thailand is to become a waste-free world, because we are the sixth polluter to marine ocean, our marine debris is in the ocean, and then the dugongs are losing their lives because of these plastic waste that's entering the Thai ocean. We need to do something about it, and it needs to be done collectively with other companies, not just Unilever alone.
Yeah. And looking at the Sustainability Working Group, what events do you have planned for 2025 that you can also share with us?
Yeah, so a lot of the environmental laws in Thailand are evolving, and it's good for companies to take awareness of those. I like to share those kind of involvement with the companies who take an interest, because if you don't know about it beforehand, and then once it gets legislated, it's too late for you to prepare for things, because you might have to pay tax that you weren't aware about. So for example, like I mentioned before, the extended producer's responsibility is being negotiated right now and legislated at the, with the government. So to know about it is to help you guys prepare beforehand once it becomes enforced. So for example, with the CBAM, if you plan to export to the EU and the CBAM's already enforced, then you might have to pay like additional duty if you're not adjusting yourself to become carbon neutral or such. So these are the kinds of things that are essential for business in Thailand, or if you're an expat in Thailand and you have to work in a Thai environment, what kind of environmental law is being legislated? You need to be aware about those. Other than that, I like to build and grow the sustainability awareness in Thailand, because you see that part of the problem is we don't segregate our waste at home, and then you mix up the waste with the dry and the wet, and then the recyclable waste cannot get recycled because it's contaminated. So I like to share how waste can become worth, and that's part of the initiation I like to start with the Sustainability Working Group, sharing the best practice. And then one of the proud launches is that I'm going to showcase one of the brands. They're actually a startup, and it's called Pipachara. So they turn waste to worth, And then the first launch is going to be on the 6th of February at 6 p.m. at M-Sphere. So this is the designer who actually designed the costume for Lisa Blackpink. And all of that costume is made from plastic waste, which is non-valuable. And then the designer is able to turn that into something that's become luxury fashion. So it's quite incredible. And then, with this set of tone, I like to inspire other companies in doing the same. Taking the same aspiration of turning waste to worth.
I think this is an event that you've mentioned before, and we're all quite excited about. I also think we're going to have lots of secret Blackpink fans coming out of the chamber. So final question for you. What are your strategic priorities for Unilever Thailand as you look towards the future?
So actually, for Unilever Thailand, one of the strategic priority is definitely on sustainability. The 4 focus sustainability pillars, which is climate, in order to enter net zero within 2039, plastic, in order to reach plastic neutrality through collection and process, plastic reduction, to reduce plastic by 50%, and then to use more recycled plastic by 25%. And then the other one is also to make our packaging 100% recyclable, reusable, or compostable. And then nature, to make whatever natural ingredient we use regenerative through regenerative agriculture, and then bring back the harmonization and the biodiversity back to nature. And the last one is livelihood, is to ensure living wage throughout our employee, our direct employment, our suppliers, so that everyone gets a fair wage.
Sounds good. Well, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Welcome. Thank
Cheers.
you.